I've just about woken up and I'm about to breathe into this gadget, which is connected to an app on my phone, and it's gonna tell me whether I'm actually burning fat or burning carbs. It's really gonna help me work out what I should be eating and how I should be working out. The product is called Lumen. It's all about metabolic testing. I'm using it throughout the day to understand whether my body's burning fat stores or burning carbohydrates. So here goes. I'm inside the app. I'm just gonna record a breath test now. I've got to switch the Lumen on, and the app, in a minute, it's actually gonna tell me to take a deep breath in and then I'll be blowing out. So here goes.
Your breath. Exhale in 3, 2, 1.
So it's analysing my breath now, and it's going to give me a grade according to whether I'm burning fat or burning carbs. And I'm actually burning fat, and that's what I want to be doing in the morning. So that's really good news. That's when you know your metabolism is working, if your body is in fat burning mode when you wake up in the morning. So I'm going to be using this throughout the day, and I'm going to show you what my readings are before and after I work out, and then before and after I eat, because actually what Lumen does is recommend your macronutrient content. And for me, mine is about 90 grams of carbs, which is quite a lot lower than I normally have. It's 99 grams of protein, which is a lot lower than I normally have. I'd have at my weight 120 grams of protein, and it's recommending 80 grams of fat, which is kind of a lot higher fat than I'm used to. Now the good news is I'm not actually strength training today. I'm doing high intensity interval training, and that's what Lumen recommends for fat burning, where you're going to get the optimum fat burning. So it's good to know, because that's what I recommend for you guys, is actually doing HIIT workouts as well as strength trainings. I'm going to be doing a high intensity interval training session, and it's going to be a circuit training session. So I'm going to test my metabolism before I work out, and then again after I work out, and then it's going to give me a reading. So I'm going to know, as the Lumen continually tests me, what I should be eating. And so it may mean that some days I can take my carbs up, which is really interesting, because when I'm competing and getting ready for a show, I do exactly this. I tend to take my carbs a little bit lower, not a lot lower, and I tend to normally eat 150 to 200 grams of carbs. So what it means is it's gonna give me metabolic flexibility. That's what Lumen say. So it enables me to eat more carbs when I know my body's metabolism is working better, and then fewer carbs when I want my body to actually burn more fat. Lumen is a great tool, and it's really effective for women in menopause to actually understand what is going on with your body and what's going on with your metabolism. Manipulate your macronutrient and particularly your carb intake to actually get more fat burning. If you're like me and you're trying to reach some health or some fitness goals, so I'm trying to drop a little bit of body fat at the moment to get me ready for the summer, so it's really going to help with that. And it's a bit like having a nutritionist all in the palm of your hand, because everything's run through this app here, which is really easy to use, I have to say. I'm going to be heading off to the gym now. I'm going to test my metabolism through the Lumen before my workout, and I'm going to show you a bit of my workout, and then I'm going to test it again after I work out. I'm here at the gym and I'm about to do my high intensity interval training, which is going to be a circuit training session. So I've got the Lumen here. I'm going to test my metabolism now using the breathing. So you breathe into the device and then it actually shows in the app. Got to press before exercise. You select the training that you're going to do. So it's going to be HIIT. The Lumen says number 3. So that puts me in fat burning and carb burning mode. So I'm going to see what it says after the workout. I'm just back from the gym and it's 30 minutes after my workout, and that's when Lumen recommends you take another breath to see what your CO2 is. The app measures your CO2, and if you've got a low CO2, that means you're in fat burning mode, so that will register that you're in fat burning mode. And if you've got a high CO2, that means you're in carb burning mode. And what they told me at Lumen is that actually what it needs to be is different throughout the day, and you can adjust your food accordingly. So that's what I'm going to do, and Lumen's going to tell me what I can actually eat. It's actually told me today what my carbs should be, but they are net carbs. You take away alcohol sugars from that and you take away fiber. So that's the difference between just carbs and net carbs. So I'm going to my 45-minute HIIT workout, and then I kind of press a button. It's really simple to use. And now what it's asking me to do is inhale. That's the first thing I do, is inhale. So I'm just waiting for the Lumen to analyse. And it's showing number 2, which is fat burning mode. So I'm looking through the Lumen app and just checking what I need to be eating, and it's got me down for a bit lower carbs today but increased fats. So what I'm doing is I'm going to include some avocado in my meal. Things like olive oil and avocado and oily fish. Those are the fats I recommend. And I was on the call with Lumen talking about this. They actually said they recommend good fats. So everything they're recommending is really in line with what I would recommend as well, which is really reassuring to know. So on the app, it's actually recommending that I take my carbs a bit lower today and my fats a bit higher. So that's what I'm going to do. On the app, it's already asked me to test my metabolism before I actually eat my meal. So I've done that, and then I'm going to take a test again after my meal. This is really easy for me because it fits in with my lifestyle. You know, I already count my macronutrients and weigh out my food. I'm just going to weigh 80 grams of chicken breast that I've got there and just press 0. I'm going to go for about 100 grams of sweet potato, because sweet potato, so that's 85 grams there, that's kind of all I've got. Sweet potato is a bit lower in carbs. I'm just going to put some vegetables on, some tomatoes, because I like having tomatoes. Again, tomatoes are pretty low in carbs as well. And I'm going to put my avocado on there. So I'm going to eat that now. I'm actually going to take the Lumen test again to test whether I'm burning fat or whether I'm burning carbohydrates. So it's been about an hour since I've eaten. I've got the app open. I'm going to inhale deeply, then I'm going to hold for 10 seconds and exhale.
Hold your breath. Exhale in 3, 2, 1.
And what it says is I'm burning mostly carb. You can see how I fitted testing my metabolism and my metabolic flexibility using this handy little Lumen throughout the day. And what are the benefits of that? Well, it's going to help with my fat loss. It's actually going to help me stop snacking and feeling less hungry. It's going to give me more energy. It's going to help me to get my macronutrient content content exactly on point so that I can burn more fat. And for the first 100 people that sign up as a result of this video, they're actually going to give you $40 off this Lumen product. So it's well worth it. I'm going to put the link up here, and I'm also going to put the link in the description